Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel 1971 War Book series. I have been making a few videos regarding explaining to the world about how the situation in Bangladesh is expanding with a violent outburst these days since I would say 1 year by now. Today I'm going to talk to Professor Dr. Habibe Millat, who had been associated with the Bangladesh Awami League and had seen the entire terrorist July uprising, the entire July movement that was perpetrated against the Sheikh Hasina government that led ultimately to the present day arrival of Muhammad Yunus, the interim government, and the rest is history, contemporary history about what Bangladesh is going through, what Bangladesh is doing, what the insurgent groups, the political parties, and the interim government is up to. Anyway, Professor Dr. Habibe Millat is going to give a comprehensive understanding about the suffering of the Bangladesh Awami League and its workers inside Bangladesh, how he has himself gone through a difficult process in his own survival after the fall of the Sheikh Hasina government on the 5th of August 2024, and how the human rights inside Bangladesh has culminated into something that is of the utmost mockery in the last 54 years of the existence of Bangladesh, how the situation is becoming very difficult for even an ordinary citizen inside Bangladesh, and how the interim government is promoting anti-Indian sentiments inside Bangladesh. Hence, let's welcome Professor Dr. Habibe Millat to our program today.
First of all, I would like to welcome Professor Dr. Habibe Millat to this program today. As I would say, before I go forward with your own description about how you have suffered in the entire July protest, post the July protest and everything that has happened in Bangladesh, I would like to have a brief introduction of you from yourself, sir, and why this has all affected you as well before we proceed further.
Thank you. I was a cardiothoracic surgeon, and also I was a politician, member of Awami League, was member of parliament from 2014 to 2023.
Okay.
I work in the International Affairs Committee and also Social Welfare Committee plus Health Committees. I was elected chair of the Interparliamentary Union Health Committee for 2 terms. I was also elected governing body member for the International Federation of Red Cross Red Crescent Society. I served as a senior vice chairman in the Bangladesh Medical Research Council and also vice chairman of the Bangladesh Red Crescent Society. So besides my profession and politics, I was involved in social work. It's from my medical school life. I was a member, not only member, I was president of Shandhani, a national organization of the medical student who popularized voluntary blood donation and also posthumous eye donation movement in Bangladesh. I was actively involved in that. So in my life, I was as a professional, I was a heart surgeon or thoracic surgeon, but as a part of politics, I was involved mostly the social work, and I was awarded for in 2023 National Anti-Tobacco Champion. Also, UNFPA declared me champion in reducing maternal mortality and also child marriage in 2018. So basically, I was a politician, a professional cardiothoracic surgeon, and a social worker.
Okay, and I would say 2018, as you mentioned, I think it was one of the best rising times in Bangladesh. The economy was progressing very well. Social reforms were being brought out by the Awami League government at that time.
The 15 years, there's economically booming in Bangladesh at that time.
Right.
And if you compare in 54 years history, Awami League government, that development has done, it was uncomparable with any other government in the country.
Absolutely.
And compared to this new interim government, the law and order situation, the judicial system, overall situation was much, much, much better.
Right. Now coming to the unfortunate July protests of 2024, I would say a July terror uprising at that time. Um, as a member of the Awami League at that time, you being there in Dhaka, I would say, how did you and associates of you realize that this was actually not a, I would say, normal quota protest problem, but actually a manufactured protest? And how did you and people like you react and understand according to the developing situation that was progressing during the protests?
As you know, as a anti-discriminatory student movement,
Right, that is how it is called. Yeah.
anti it is called, but it initially in the past it was called a quota anti-quota movement.
Right,
At that time, at that time of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina declared in the parliament there will be no quota system in Bangladesh.
right. That was
After that, three-person who is related to the freedom fighters, they go to the court and they want to reinstall the freedom fighters quota. And the problem start at that time. But government was surely at that time waited to get verdict from the court, which was in favor of the anti-discriminatory student movement. But as because of the movement was not led by or was not planned by themselves,
Mhm.
they had to listen to their collaborators, those who makes this plot. As you know, President Trump has already stopped funding in our countries through USAID because of they spent many millions to strengthen political landscape of Bangladesh. The meaning of political landscape even President Trump didn't understand. That's why he stopped it. And also the anti-liberation force, especially anti-Indian and pro-Pakistani people got together, they made a plan, they invest hugely, and then anti-discriminatory student movement, they turn into to topple the government. And unfortunately, they were successful. Because if we was too much force to the public, our then Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina could be in the power still today, but she didn't do that.
Right,
She thought we do not want more bloodshed. We want. She had to leave the country at that time, as you know, 5th of August 2024. She didn't stay longer, and she left the country. So to reduce the bloodshed, to reduce the fighting among ourselves, she did it. But after her disappearance, or after she moved to the different country, the law and order situation, the judicial system, the media freedom, human rights has gone way down. According to the documented publications, 637 people have been killed by the mobs without any justice. 213, at least 213 Awami League and associate organization leaders have been killed. 64 people died as extrajudicial killing. As you see, whether it's a police custody, whether it's the prison, or with the army, or with the RAB.
this was
they're
on the
killed.
night of 5th August, right, sir? Or beyond that,
No, it's over the last year.
last year? All right,
Yeah, even one incident in Gazipur, Rupur, Gaji tire
mm-hmm.
was burned and 100 84 people was burned and missing at that time.
Okay, I was not aware of this. I know that he was a freedom fighter and
No, he didn't die.
he didn't
He
die.
didn't die. He is in the prison at the moment. He is a
Okay,
veteran freedom fighter.
right,
But his company employees died or missing. Missing means, as you know, for more than a year they didn't come back. That means they have been killed or they died due to the arson.
right.
So this is the scenario. As you know, the minority are tortured in the country at the moment. Last 12 years, over 4,200 incidents happened. 30 of the minority have been killed. 20 minority women were raped. 6 of the indigenous people were killed. At least 87 of them are in the prison. And if you talk about Bangladesh Awami League and associate organizations, more than 360,000 people are arrested in over a 10 months time. And most of them were the supporters or activists of Awami League or associate organizations. The child abused has increased manifold over the last 12 or 14 months. According to the Ain Shalish Kendra, which is a very renowned humanitarian organization in Bangladesh, they said more than 300 incident raped, child was raped, children were raped at the time, and incidence is more than 400 times. So all this scenario is taking Bangladesh into the dark. And why is happening? Because of the government has taken over. People was expecting very high about Dr. Yunus when he took over. But as time goes, his popularity is going down. Now he is probably trying to leave the country as because of he has extended his business, he has expanded his business, and whatever he wanted to do with his so-called mastermind or planner to give Chittagong port or Saint Martin or Army corridor, what he has to do, he is almost planning to do it, and then he want to leave. So this gentleman got Nobel Prize in Peace, but Bangladeshi people doesn't know which peace process he was involved in still now. But still, and what he has done when he taken over on 8th of August 2024.
Right. It was, I would say, 2 days and 3 nights of complete lawlessness. If you could give me a short description of what happened to the Awami League, especially in those 2 days and 3 nights. In short, if you.
Probably you're talking about 5th August 2024 to 8th August.
Right, right.
Yes. When the then Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina left the country, Awami League was clueless. They were hopeless. They were thinking what's happening, because the situation even 4th of August not that we had to leave the country. So they were at that time they were staying their home or hiding somewhere. But the torture, many thousands, more than 50,000 houses was burned at that time. 44 police officers was killed, 182 police officers missing. Out of 560 police station, 500 police station was damaged, vandalized, looted, and set fire. More than 9,000, according to the government, more than 9,000 firearms with ammunition was looted at that time. It has not been, they have not couldn't recover it yet. And importantly, more than 300 extremists, those who were in the prison, they came out of the prison, and nobody has been arrested yet. And now they have arms, They have the leaders. They what they are doing. You seen that afterwards. Even the birthplace of Bangladesh's independent Bangabandhu Museum, that was demolished
Right.
48 hours in front of the law enforcing authority, including army. They didn't do anything. As I told, 637 people died. Even they reluctant to take the cases. Even they give the indemnity from 8th of July to 15th of August, that if anybody set fire in anybody's Awami Leaguer's house, damaged, looted, killed, the law will not touch them.
Indemnity.
So this is not the human rights in our country. That is the situation at the moment.
Understood. It has been pretty grim. Um, Now, sir, another thing. The atrocities that had been started, you have given a brief description. Now, all the political opponents and the anti-liberation force, primarily the Jamaat and the other terrorist affiliated organizations affiliated with the Jamaat also, and of course BNP cadres. As much as I have heard, BNP has been very much involved in extortion rackets, and Jamaat, we all know what they're up to, grabbing power slowly. If you could give me a brief description of their present day activities, including whatever they have started right from the 5th of August. We can go, with the past and then up to the present day itself, sir.
So from the day one, from the 5th of August 2024, PNP started torturing Awami League, 14 Party Alliance, Jatiyo parties.
Right.
They are giving false accusation, false cases, and few 100,000 people were named and few other 100,000 were anonymous they give. And they are now extortion. Each and every district and sub-district level, in the capital level, everywhere BNP is, because there is circumstances of fear, so BNP is taking advantage of that, and they know that law and order situation is in a way that they will not be punished or penalized. That's why they are taking the advantage of that, and they have the popularity they had as a political party because of this sort of extortion, torture, setting fires to public's house, looting goods, is damaged. Their image has been damaged very rapidly. That's why now they're worried about next election now. On the other hand, Jamaat is playing very cleverly. They didn't give even 5% of the cases against Awami League. They provoked BNP to do that, but Jamaat didn't do that. And they did everything from, they insisted to set on fires, but they are not directly involved. They insisted to loot the house or business property or take over, but they are not actively involved. Only 32 incidents found that they have actively involved and that are involved in the extortion. It's not small, but what they have done, they have taken the control of the administration, like in different scale of administration, they are placing their own people to control the government. Over the last year, they are more or less successful. On the other hand, they are taking the financial institute as a director or as a stakeholder, they are taking them. They are getting the strain, and they are showing to the general people, look, we are not involved with extortion, we are not involved in torturing, we are great. So you should come and join us. As we are expecting that if election happen in mid-February, and if Awami League were not allowed to participate in the election, our initial understanding one independent election, Jamaat will get 3 to 4 seats among 300s. But after that, we realize that they can get up to 30 seats in the parliament.
Okay.
Now, we are thinking if Awami League is not one of the contestants, then because of PNP has done so much torture to Awami League and associated organization, they will not vote for PNP. They might consider Jamaat. In that case, even Jamaat has the possibility that they can get majority in the parliament. That is the scenario at the moment. We have to be very careful because of the Jamaat and PNP. Both of them are telling that be cautious until to their followers, to their activists, do not do anything until the election. But what they will do after the election, you cannot imagine. As probably you know that women's rights has been restricted already.
A lot.
And as you see that even the minority are tortured, even Hindu, Buddha, Christian, Ahmadiyya, everybody is tortured. But they gave a pause until mid-February. And after that, this not only the inside the country, its regional stability will be in danger, no doubt about that. So we all have to be careful. If we do not act now, it will be too late, and the damage may be irreparable.
Right. Now I had another question, sir, regarding you saying the possibility of Jamaat coming to power. We all know that Jamaat is a pro-Pakistani political party, and everybody is aware of the atrocities Jamaat did in 1971. Now, the people of Bangladesh who will be involved in voting, are they not like, they are, I'm sure, aware of all these history and everything, still regarding their behavior of Jamaat in the last 1 year, they will still, do you think they'll still choose Jamaat? That Jamaat might have a majority in the parliament?
Two issues. Number one, 47% voters are under 40 years old.
Right.
They do not know much about the liberation war and whatever they have done during that time. Number two, more than 50% is women voter, and they are convinced. They do not know much history. They do not. I have a full respect of them, but they were convinced because of Jamaat. The women are going door to door every day.
Okay.
And number three, Awami League, if cannot participate in the forthcoming election, about 15 to 20 million Awami League activists are internally displaced, whether they cannot stay at their home, their village, their upazilas, their district, so on. So to settle them, to come back to the house, they have to negotiate with somebody. And Jamaat is a better option. And they are now, even the election is 4-5 months from today, they are giving them the reassurance, if you support us, you do not have to worry about your future. You will not get any torture, you will not be beaten, you will not be mob lynched. You will stay with your family, do your normal life. How many people you will find that if we come back to normal life, they will give a vote?
Right.
Because they know that PNP, if the PNP go to power, extortion, arson, looting, everything will be more than any party. They know that. So that's why they will probably support Jamaat to live peacefully.
Okay. That is another grim fact that you have brought up, sir. You said the number is about 15 million to
Up to 20 million.
20 million. It's close to 2
Up
crore.
to 20 million internally displaced.
It's about 2 crore people, sir.
2 crore people.
I think 1/10 of your population.
It is. And as you see, the Awami League is a popular party.
It is, right?
It has popularity at any time, not less than 40%. So if you say 20 crore, 8 crore supporters, so 20 million, so 2 crores is nothing. They are hiding from their own home. Even I was speaking to the women leaders. They are still hiding in different places. It's not only the male, the women as well.
Okay. And they might be having serious financial difficulties as well, because I mean,
They are starving. They are working in garments factory. They are pulling rickshaws. They are working as a tea boy, or any messier in the hotel. So this sort of work they are doing at the moment to survive.
okay.
The Awami League supporters and voters are not that much rich. That's why it's Awami League party for everybody. So these people love Awami League, these people love Bangabandhu because of independence and his leadership. And that's why they still vote for Awami League. But they are suffering at the moment. And it is violation of human rights as well, but who cares?
Hmm. Right. Now, sir, coming to your part itself, as as I'm aware, you are very much into activism and exposing all these mishaps happening in Bangladesh. I would like to know a bit about your personal suffering in this protest, if it's okay with you. Again, I'm saying, um, how much have you personally suffered, and how did you manage to be out from Bangladesh on time before anything, I would say, negative happened to you? If you could talk a bit about that, if it's okay, again.
First of all, when this incident happened, July, August, I was not member of parliament.
Okay.
And also, I was not any important post in Awami League. Excuse me. So, my involvement with restricting these movements was not there. I was going to talk shows, I was going to and supporting student demand in the national medias, and our government also supporting that at that time. But 4th of August, I got a phone call from my hometown. Then the PNP, Jamaat, and other students attacked my house. Initially, they attacked, they looted, they vandalized, and set on fire.
Okay.
But whole day they couldn't finish my ancestral house. So next day they come again, and then they burn it, and even the decoration and grill of the windows, doors, they took away, and they burned it on the 5th of August. So I was surprised, because I thought I saw in 5th of August everywhere they're burning people, they think. I was at home at that time in the capital. I didn't realize that, okay, and when I heard that Dr. Idris is taking over, I thought that, okay, he's probably a capable man, he can manage. But as the days passes, I saw that things are getting worse. Awami League and other parties associated with Awami League leaders were tortured, killed, extortion, everything was there. And on the 22nd of August, I heard that there is a 3 murder case was enlisted against me. I was the number 1 accused,
Okay.
and police is going to arrest me. I was thinking, okay, fine, because I was not involved in that, so it's better to be arrested and then give bail. But next day I heard that those who are arrested, they will not get bail. So I left my house, went to a Mirpur, is a middle class place. I stayed there in a small room for 7 weeks without seeing sunlight and hiding there. Then 1st of October, my wife called me and told me that you have to leave now, because police and army is coming to catch you, arrest you. So I left the country immediately within 5 minutes, and then went to stay another place until 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I started by car to the border, and then I have few friends. They helped me to uh, get out of the country, and I crossed the border, came to Kolkata in 22 hours. I was in car, I was in motorcycle, I was walking through the paddy fields, I was walking through the bushes, I was walking through the hills. So it's a half an hour flying time, but it takes about 22 hours to come. And when I came to Kolkata, I didn't know anybody, I didn't have any connection. So I had to sleep on the floor for 4 nights because I didn't have the passport to go to the hotel or enough money to pay the hotel bills. Then I found my friends, and then I was able to sleep and hot shower. So that is the torture. Since then, okay, then I left Kolkata. That's a different issue. But since that, I'm suffering. The homeland I love. I want to go back. If I have done any mistakes, I have done any crime, I should be taken to the court and for justice. But the way it is happening, 9 cases have been given against me. Most of them are murder case or attempted murder cases. And as I know, my friends, those who have been arrested, even they got bail, they are tortured, harassed, and by the mobs, and they give another new case and send back to the jail.
These are all false
So
cases, I'm presuming, because
i-
it's very common.
most, I mean, now cases are ready. So they just put the name and send you back to the jail. That's what's happening at the moment. Even as 120 MPs are arrested. I'm just to give you a small example. One of them died in hospital bed. He was 84 years old, and he was still on handcuff when he died. So this is the way, because of the lack of good environment, lack of treatment, and mental torture and other torture. 22 Awami League leader has died since 5th of August in the prison. So that's why I didn't go back to the country to surrender. But if I get reassurance from any organization, whether it is a humanitarian organization of the government, I will go back tomorrow morning to surrender and face the court. But the court is controlled by the present government, especially when the Home Advisor said, I shall see how the Awami Leaguers can get bail and get out of the jail.
Jahangir Alam Chaudhary,
And
Lieutenant General.
Jahangir Alam Chaudhary. And also, law advisor said same thing, and he sent verbal instruction of many judges that if they get bail, you may be transferred, you may lose your job. As you know, many judges has lost their job, and many even district judges has lost their job. So that's a threat to their job, threat to their livelihood. This is the way Bangladesh is running at the moment.
Horrible, indeed. And I think it's on purpose being actively perpetrated with state power to crush the Awami League both morally and psychologically and physically, of course. State sanctioned, I would say. And as far as I'm aware, sir, the all such cases are being now launched by the ICT, which is run by, of course, Jamaat right now, the International Crimes Tribunal, which was meant for the the cases launched against the 1971 war criminals, which is now being launched against Awami League and I think many Bangladesh Army personnel. Completely illegal, I would say, an illegal of a process happening.
International Crimes Tribunal, they wanted to show it as a genocide initially. Probably you are aware of that.
Right.
When they failed, then they turned into a humanitarian crisis, and they are dealing with that at the moment. As you know that, okay, if somebody is involved in any crime, including killing, torture, or arson, he should be penalized, or he should be justice should be given to him or her.
Mhm.
But what they are doing before starting the judgment, even they are giving the not even life sentence. They want to hang the leaders. You can see their intentions. So if you have their intention like that, justice will not prevail there. And also international agency, especially Human Rights Commission, United Nations Human Rights Commission, they are also giving them some documents that they're using as evidence. But clearly, United Nations Human Rights Commission wrote this document should not be used as a evidence, but they are doing that. Number two is that the document they published by the United Nations Human Rights Committee, they wrote that this document was not published according to the editorial policy of the United Nations organization. So why they publish this report if this is not follow the editorial policy? Number two, when they mention it not be used as evidence anywhere in the world, why it is using as evidence in the world? I have a meeting in Geneva with the Human Rights Asia Pacific chief, and I asked him, where did you get this number 1400 people died? He said in different sources. I said even Bangladesh government said that initially 834, then few of them came back alive, the number goes down. After that 52 they deducted from there. They are even not talking more than 770s. Why did you get this 1400?
And I think the Bangladesh government has also not prepared the complete list of people who are killed because of
they're not doing because of take the political advantage.
Right.
Because in the speeches, in the statement, even in the July Charter, they said that more than 1,000, but they didn't mention the number. In the end of the July Charter, they mentioned 1,000. They are inconsistent. But when they give the speeches nationally or locally or go to the different countries, they told that is 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people have been killed. They also said 20,000, 30,000 injured. But according to the health ministry, the injured people is around 13,000, according to the health ministry. But they were, or many of them are actively involved in this movement. So they don't have the statistics. To take the political benefit, they use different number in different times.
Right. Now, regarding our last question and discussion with you, sir, that is the tension that is there inside the Bangladesh armed forces. We have been hearing very much, even in India, that there is a lot of tension inside the Dhaka cantonment between many forces in the Bangladesh armed army itself and General Walker, I would say, juggling sides and choosing sides according to his own preference and according to the tilting situation inside the interim government and the political parties. What is your take on that? That where is this tension in the Bangladesh armed forces going forward to?
We expect that Bangladesh armed force, especially Bangladesh army, should be perform their duty to protect our country as a sovereign country. That's their duty. Of course, they can come and help during the natural calamity, disasters. They can come, they can help. That's their duties. But over the last 14 months, they are losing their professionality. They are working as a police with magistracy power. So I think it may be a conspiracy to weaken the Bangladeshi army and also diminish or reduce their professionalism. As you know, when that 25 army officers were included in the charge sheet, 14 of them are serving officers. After that, the media, Shafiqul Alam, he is the chief advisor's
Press
media
wing and yeah,
press secretary,
right.
yeah, the term press secretary. So he mentioned government doesn't have any desire to arrest any more army personnel. So is that the rule of law? They will decide to arrest 5 and leave another 10. Why they have to say that? Because he doesn't he is not a judge of the court, or he is not related to judicial system at all. But the Bangladesh is running by a new fascist Dr. Yunus at the moment, and his colleagues like Shafiq and others are serving his purpose and serving the international whatever their supporter are their purposes. But I can tell you one thing: Bangladesh Awami League still have a big stake in Bangladeshi politics. They will come back to Bangladeshi politics. And number two, Bangladeshi people are polite, soft, but when they understand that any government, they try to hide something or the national interest is jeopardized, they will not tolerate that and they will not make it happen. So I'm still hopeful that whatever Yunus is doing at the moment, damaging economy, damaging law and order situation, compromising with the sovereignty of the country, Bangladesh people will not tolerate that.
I hope the situation changes in your country, sir, and I hope people like you and, as you mentioned, 15 to 20 million people, they do have a better life in the future, not living like this. And before concluding, sir, any message you would like to give to both Indians and Bangladeshis, because we both are intertwined in this problem right now. Any message you would like to put forward, sir?
First of all, our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, you kept the photo there,
Right. He's here.
7th of March 1971. So he gave us a foreign policy: friends to all, Malays for none. So we will be friend to everybody, those who are friends. Plus, we as a sovereign Bangladesh, as an independent country, we want friendship. And as India helped us in 1971, we are grateful for that. Even in different crises, at that time in 1971, they give shelter to more than 10 million people. We are grateful. And we have a very good relationship. And we want to stay in peace. Also, we expect that for us, India's interest or India, especially neighboring state, doesn't get any unrest situation because of us. We are very careful about that.
Right.
We want our friendship should stay forever.
Right. I hope that works out, sir, in the near future, and we can have a better relationship compared to what we have now, and like a relationship we had even, I would say, 1 or 2 years ago with Bangladesh. And I would say thank you so much for your talk and explaining all these things in the necessary details for everybody to understand. And I wish the best for you and the Awami League, and of course people who believe in the proper sovereignty of Bangladesh with the ideals of the 1971 War of Liberation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.